Hi everyone, I'm the Angelfire, and welcome back, explorers, to my prize series. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with that said, let's continue reading, or playing, Heart of the Woods. The demo, at least. You're sure that's not any trouble? I'd hate to inconvenience you any more than we already have. It's no trouble. I run my own shop, so my schedule is pretty flexible. I'm more than happy to help. He looks over at Tara, who has finally made it within a few feet of the garage. He shoots us both a thumbs up. I have a feeling she might need it. Trust me, you have no idea. Morgan turns and deftly swings up into her seat, taking a hold of the reins. Finally, Tara finally manages to place her hands on the carriage and climb up to sit alongside her, shaking all the way. I let out a sigh of relief and follow suit, mounting up next to her. It's a little cramped up here, but I feel weird just sitting by myself. Besides, not keeping an eye on Tara is a pretty guaranteed way to make an even worse first impression. So, can you do any tricks in this day? The path to the cabin turns out to be a complicated one. We've been making twists and turns through the trees for a few minutes, but Morgan seems to know exactly where she's going. Not even the darkness stands in our way. Can navigate through all this with just a little lantern? How can you see landmarks? Don't worry, I know these woods better than just about anything else. Besides, the moonlight is more than enough for me. I can't help but feel embarrassed as I think about all the times I had to use the flashlight on my phone just to find something I dropped in the car. I definitely wouldn't last out here. Looking over, I can see that Tara is anxious to start asking Morgan a very long list of questions about the woods. After that club introduction, she's clearly a little less gung-ho than usual, but I know that won't stop her. As such, I should probably get my handling of the actual adult stuff out of the way before. As such, I should probably get my handling of the actual adult stuff out of the way quickly before it gets lost in the noise. So, the cabin where we're going to be staying at, what's the situation as far as modern amenities go? Don't worry, it's nothing too primitive. My family owns it, so they've kept it up, but we don't usually use it anymore. It's got running water, heat, electricity, works. internet too, at least when the weather's feeling cooperative. I should warn you right now that you're not going to have much luck with your cell phones. Reception out here is pretty much non-existent. There is a landline, Gavin. There is a landline in the cabin now, and I'll leave my number so you can reach me in case of an emergency. That's perfect, thanks. Thank God, I was terrified that we might have been walking into some sort of dilapidated death trap. So, while we're on our way, could you maybe tell us about some of the specific supernatural occurrences you've seen out here so far? I gently elbow her in the stomach in a gesture that I hope effectively communicates, let me talk about the actual important stuff first. However, Morgan doesn't so much as hint the question. If anything, she actually seems a little excited to talk about it. Her eyes seem to lose a bit of the constant drowsiness, and she sits up perfectly straight. She's been waiting for this. Well, we have a lot of freak weather events, strange storms that appear and disappear, or are localized to certain parts of the forest, in ways that shouldn't be possible. Kara nods pensively, ready to start pressing for details. I realize my questions are going to have to wait, so I decide to just let the two of them run their course. Sometimes, when I walk into the woods, I can see strange lights here and there, like tiny little stars inside the forest. I've never been able to get close to them, though. I raise an eyebrow, but don't say anything. We've had countless cases of strange lights before, all of which have ended with a rational explanation that doesn't seem to damper terror's spirits. I can feel myself starting to drift and steadily mild bumping sensation of the carriage, combined with the exhaustion of the journey, threatening to make me fall asleep right here and now. I'm sure they can wake me up when we get there. There's also my cat. Your cat is a supernatural occurrence? She can talk, so I'd say so. Her words snapped me out of my trance. Looking over at her, I expect to see her holding in a laugh, or sporting some kind of mischievous grin, but her face is as serious as it's been since we arrived. Your cat can talk? Like, talk the way a human does? Yes, she's very well spoken, in fact. I try to hide a sigh. I should have known she was going to be one of those fans. Some people who invite us out tend to be a little strange. It's happened plenty of times. And while this meeting is definitely more unique than any previous one, I'm not too shocked by it. Tara, however, instantly perks up once her words sink in. She can't actually believe her, right? So, could we talk to her? She won't mind if I ask her a few questions, right? Well, usually she only talks to me, but I can try to convince her. The whole thing is clearly some kind of joke, but Tara is absolutely taken in. I can practically see the wheels turning in her head. As she plans out her follow-up questions, that's never good. So, do you have any ideas about what could be causing it? Something in our diet, maybe? I don't think so. Have you been feeding her some kind of special iron-filled cat food? Can I try some? Okay, I think that's enough of that. When Tara starts talking about eating cat food, it's time for me to exercise a little diplomacy and move the conversation forward. Crazy or not, I think we should move on. So, what kind of things does she talk to you about? Just about our lives, for the most part. I figured you'd be better off hearing it from her rather than me. I'm sure that'll be illuminating. I'll say, if there's something like that paranormal in the village itself, you must have seen way crazier stuff in these woods. She starts to gesture as she talks, pointing back towards the village and swinging her arms around as she mentions the woods. Morgan hitting her with something concrete has definitely put her back into her element. In a way, I suppose it has for me too. I couldn't get a read on her when we arrived, and now that I know she's probably crazy, I at least know what we're dealing with. Well, there's one pretty major thing, but you probably won't believe me. I wouldn't have come out here if I didn't believe you. Anything that you have to say, I want to hear. I can't detect any hint of cynicism in her voice. Either she really believed this girl she just met as a talking cat, or she's giving a performance worthy of an Oscar. Are you sure? 110%. Lay it on me. She winks at her and flashes her finger guns. Back in celebrity mode. Tara's good at recovery with these things, but I've never seen her recover on this level with such speed. But as I watch her lean in towards Morgan to make sure she catches her next statement, I realize another possible reason for her passionate response. If there's one thing she loves more than hearing strange stories, it's trying to impress a cute girl. Now, things are starting to fall into place a bit more. Well, one of the main reasons I called you out here is I'm not sure if it has a name, but I think it's some kind of forest spirit. Spirit? Like a ghost or something? No, something physical. Some sort of massive creature. Like the forest came to life? Okay, this is new. Even the crazier fans don't get this outlandish. But Tara is absolutely eating it up. No matter what her reasoning is, I'm glad she's having a good time. It means I can stay out of this conversation. It's a lot harder to pretend to believe things when I'm this tired. Is there anything else you can tell me about it? Does it speak or anything? Have you managed to interact with it at all? Is it more kaiju sized or more basketball player sized? I've only seen it once, unfortunately, so I don't know too much about it. I've searched for it a number of times since, but without any results. Who knows? Maybe you two will have better luck than I have. That's what you're best that's what you're best at, isn't it? In terms of talent, I'd say it's definitely certainly up there. Morgan's mouth turns up into a small but seemingly genuine smile, and her expression grows slightly less intimidating. I knew you'd believe me. Nobody else around here does. I can't imagine why. I feel a pang of guilt as that thought crosses my mind. As crazy as her story sounds, it can't possibly be easy feeling rejected in a community this isolated. No wonder she was so eager to bring us into the fold. I'm afraid I'm going to have to end this episode here and leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't always like to share. Be safe, be healthy, and as always, be true to you. Mena Angelfire, signing off.